Just got that clicking off, so it should be sorted now. There's a clicking on that wasn't very nice. Turn that off now. So now the Mainz players are coming out on the pitch. Seem to be a bit late. So, predictions, anyone in the comments? Always want to hear what you've got to say. I'd often go for a draw between these two. Well, the last two finished in a draw, so I'm not sure, but I actually thought Mainz have been a bit unfortunate. They won their last game in the league away from home against Mönchengladbach, so it's not impossible that they could beat Schalke away from home. Yeah, I think Mainz might just edge this. Got a feeling they'll edge it. And we're off. So Schalke kick off. He's kicking from left to right. And Mainz look to be applying pressure really early on, which is a good thing, I suppose. They need to if they want to win this match. And Schalke drained of confidence. Schalke currently on a run of drawing one in their last 5 games. The other were defeats, so haven't won since that game against Hoffenheim. Sorry for the delay, I accidentally kept it on private. Dear me. Anyway, welcome to Let's Talk Sport. As usual, we're watching Schalke versus Mainz, the Bundesliga match tonight between the two bottom sides. So Schalke putting it far up the pitch now. It's no worries for Zentner, the German goalkeeper. Never called up as the national team though. I mean, he is playing for Mainz, so you can understand why. As per usual, get in touch in the comments. Want to hear what you got to say. Got any Mainz supporters? Got any Schalke supporters? So by the official lineup here, it says that Schalke are playing a 3-3-2-2. Chanaloglu accompanying William in that midfield behind Raman and Hoppe. It's back to Rono. And now it's Tio. Tio out kind of in that left back position. He seems like too tall a player to be playing left back, but I mean it's a back three, so it might work. Mustafi on the ball. Gets out to William. And Serda just about struggles to get that ball that's bouncing up in front of him. Yeah, and Serda's fouled. So it looks like, no, it's a throw into Mainz. So 3 minutes in, and Schalke have a throw in deep in their own half. Jamie Davis getting in touch, saying another manager for Schalke tonight. Yeah, so Christian Gross was fired, and it kind of seems weird. So this is their 4th manager of the season, if I'm not wrong now, and Obviously, Schalke are in dire straits. Well, dire straits, I don't think that's the way you say it. They're in a very dire situation. Onto their 4th manager of the season, so I don't know what that means for Schalke. Does that mean that they accept they're going to go down? Does that mean that they just had to get rid of some deadwood like Christian Gross? I don't really know. I don't really know what to think of it. And I don't really know much about the new guy either, so we'll see. It's a bit of a mess at the moment. So, just getting back onto the game, I was trying to look up the Mainz Schalke manager and not really getting much success. Mustafi looks to have been fouled deep into his own half by sorry, let me get this right. I can't even see who committed the foul. Oh well. So I don't know where Onisuo is tonight. I don't see him on the bench, and I don't see him in the starting lineup, which seems a bit strange, honestly. Doesn't say where I am that he's injured, so I don't know. Oh, he's out with a thigh injury. Did my research finally. So the current head coach is Dimitros Gramadzi. I guess that's how you pronounce it. He's managed the likes of Hamburg before, Cologne, Rot-Weiss Essen, whatever that is. And recently... Oh, wait, no, these are the teams he's played for. Sorry. He's managed Darmstadt and Bochum too. So I guess this is it might be a temporary fix, but it might be also the way forward now as Schalke investigate a new, younger manager. He's 42. So Schalke trying to play out from deep in the back. And Stedner managed to do well. Yeah, no. It looks like a bit of a scrappy game so far. Kolasinac commits the foul in midfield. So yeah, Kolasinac has just recently come from Arsenal on loan, and straight away, big impact, and straight away got the captain's armband. So I'm not sure if he was captain when he was at Schalke before, but he apparently is a big figure in that Schalke dressing room, even if he is on loan from Arsenal. Yeah, and Becker just struggling to keep it in play. He's pushed towards his own byline. And Schalke have managed to just about play out from that possession now. And they look to break. Score prediction, Schalke Mainz. I'd like to say 1-1. Schalke 4, Mainz 5. Nice, actually. Good one, Jamie. A draw is not impossible, as these two like to draw against each other and they're not very good at winning, both of them. I think Mainz still have the upper hand and will win. Now it's Thior. I think I'm saying Thior right. Am I saying it wrong? Am I saying Thior wrong? And Kolasinac is on the ball, and Mainz are really applying pressure quite high up. Thior out to Becker. And Becker gets it out to Hoppe. Williams, sorry. And Williams having to dribble past Mainz players here that are applying pressure into their own half. Back to Kolasinac. Out on the left now. And... ooh. Hart's ball is not the greatest. And Mainz look to break again. And Koa, who managed to dribble his way through some Schalke players, managed to draw a foul, and Kolasinac, 8 minutes in, has been booked. Probably been pushing it a bit even since the start. But this is Kolasinac. He's a very passionate player, let's just call him. So I've got a cake, a little mini cake, and I'm going to eat it. So even Glasnatch, the fact that he's played a handful of games, I think it's 8 games, he's got his 3rd yellow card of the season. Hi guys, how are you doing today? Full-time result 2-1 from Ben Bapella. Who's that for then, Ben? Is that for Schalke? I mean, I'd love to see Schalke really put up a fight and stay in this division. I'm not convinced they will. It's a decent start. They haven't really got any chances on goal right now, but they're playing under the pressure reasonably well, so I think it's a good sign. It's a positive sign. At least there's a bit more fight in there than usual. Yeah, and there's my Friday night beer. And Char puts it out for a corner. And there's a corner for Mainz now. Burkhardt just doing a back heel there. Getting in Da Costa. And Char has to slide tackle in. And it's going to be first corner of the game. And it's going to be for Mainz. No, I think it's the first corner of the game. Correct me if I'm wrong. Schalke will win by 2-1 from South Africa. Hello there from Ben Propeller from South Africa. Is there a local team that you support? Or is there a reason why you support Schalke? Do you support Schalke? I'm just taking a wild guess here and I don't even know. Ooh, no. Schalke managed to clear away the danger, but not easily. And it looks like the referee's got an ear, sewing a message into his ear. Not sure whether someone's suggesting that a penalty should be given. Let's just... Oh, and it's Kolasinac who... It touches his arm and that's got to be a penalty. Well, in my opinion, that should be a penalty. And I don't think he's given it. So Bell heads it down from the corner, near the edge of the box, and Kolasinac's arms are right by him, but it does touch his arm first. I'm surprised that hasn't been given. Ah, you were saying that you're looking for us during the game between Leipzig and Wolfsburg. I only had time to watch the second half, so I didn't really see much of that game at Leipzig-Wolfsburg, and I barely watched that game anyway, even the second half. Sorry we couldn't have joined you for that one. That would have been actually quite nice. So, yeah, now Schalke... sorry, not Schalke. What am I saying? So now Leipzig are in the semi-final of the DFB Pokal. Are they favourites to win? Are Dortmund favourites to win? Are Holstein Kiel favourites to win? Who's favourites to win the cup in Germany? I mean, it's a big chance for anyone to get a trophy. So yeah, 12 minutes gone, still 0-0 between these two sides, and a point wouldn't really do much. I mean, Mainz will jump into 16th place ahead of Arminia Bielefeld, which is a shame for Arminia as well. And a win would make them leapfrog Hertha Berlin in 15th place. It's only goal difference putting Arminia in the relegation zone at the moment, and goal difference that's keeping Hertha Berlin in 15th place out of danger. Sebastian Schmidt saying hi. Hello Sebastian, supporter of Schalke, Mainz, German football, relegation football. But it's definitely something that they're trying to implement straight away, Schalke, and it's playing from the back. They're playing really, I'd say, risky football. It's working for the moment, I guess. They've not conceded. So Sebastian, you're a Schalke supporter. Nice to see Schalke supporters around the world. Have you been to Schalke Stadium? Apparently it's some atmosphere, and they're playing right there now, but obviously no atmosphere because the players aren't there. Well, not the players, sorry, the fans aren't there. Are you from Germany, Sebastian Schminkt? I guess that sounds like it could be a German name, but I might be generalising too much. Yeah, Jamie, our good friend, getting in touch saying that he's been to Schalke Stadium. He has now. I joined him the day after when we went to Germany. Cross coming in from Schalke, and Zentner dives very dramatically for it, but gets it dealt with. Danger is eluded from Mainz. And Hoppy looked to have been fouled, was looking for a foul, didn't get it, now Mainz are on the ball. Now it's Koch in that number 6 playmaking role. Plays it to Latzer. The cross comes in, oh, and there's no one on the end of the cross. The cross looks just a bit too close to the goalkeeper, but neither the goalkeeper got it. Schalke please 1 goal, Aisha Khatoon. Are you a Schalke supporter, or have you got a bet on Schalke? So now there's a corner for Schalke, by the looks of it. And the cross comes in. Oh, and Mustafi is all on his own and gets a header in really good position. It looks like a good block or save. I haven't got a great view of that. That was a good chance for Schalke. Now Chanaloglu lofts it back up field, and Mainz under a bit of pressure. Costa gets it out for a throw in. Yeah, great chance for Mustafi. Yeah, Schalke is looking a bit better. Schalke looking a bit better now than before. I didn't think they really looked like they could create a chance in this game, but now since that corner, they've started to just get some long balls up front, and Mainz aren't dealing with it very well. So just hooping the ball long, which seems to be against the principles of what the new coach is trying to implement of playing out from the back. And now Mainz look in real difficulty. I personally thought that Mainz would win this. Wouldn't be surprised if it was a draw. But I did not see Schalke winning it, and just in the last 5 minutes, if they continue like that, Schalke, then they could get a win from this match. Yep, so now Mainz have got a throw-in in Schalke's half, and to be fair, in the past 5 minutes, they've not really seen the ball in Schalke's half. It could be I've got to say this right. Nikiate to take the throw-in. Ooh, and William looks to have a high foot there. Referee's given nothing. Do you have any idea, Asher? Yeah, I guessed Mainz might win. I still think... I don't know. By the looks of the game, maybe a draw. Maybe 1-1, maybe 0-0. I wouldn't expect it to be high-scoring. In any case, I wouldn't expect a high-scoring match between the two. So yeah, looking back on that Mustafi chance, Mustafi is on his own in the box, runs onto that ball, and it's a really good save from Zentner. Sebastian, yes, you're cool. You're cool too, Sebastian. I'm called Sebastian too. We get each other. And Schalke unfortunate there to lose the ball, and Mainz back on the ball with Zentner. I like Zentner. I've got every time I see him, I am somewhat impressed. So the 26-year-old, he's not that old. He's spent most of his career at Mainz. I think he spent all of his career at Mainz. But yeah, he's impressed me when I've seen him. Maybe I'm wrong and I don't see enough Mainz, which is true. But I think there's something about him. There's something about him as a goalkeeper I like. And when he is contesting for a throw-in, but Williams going to take it, and it's Schalke back on the ball. Oh, and he's just given it away in a really dangerous position. But Mainz can't maintain it. And it's already becoming a bit of a scrappy game. Hoppy's not getting much luck with the fouls that he's trying to claim, so... I don't know how ugly it might get, because as soon as fouls aren't given, let's just say, it almost gives you license to be a bit more aggressive. Mainz are actually struggling to play out from the back themselves, so I don't know how they're going to create chances for themselves. Maybe, just like now, a ball across field, goes to no one, and Ronau deals with it very well. So Ronau, back from injury, the Danish goalkeeper, formerly of Brøndby in Frankfurt. And because their current goalkeeper, they've had Langer in goal recently, who's 36. So yeah, they have swapped about goalkeepers. There was Farman who got injured in that Dortmund match. I remember doing the stream with that. Farman got injured, and now that they've got... I can't even think anymore. My mind's elsewhere. Now they've got Ronau back. Farman isn't that much of a miss. I wouldn't have supposed. But they're still trying to play out from the back. They've got it in the box, and I don't know how comfortable Mustafi is playing football in his own box. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It's Becker on the ball, and... Ooh. Hoppy looks to concede. He's conceded the throw. He's conceded the throw. Yeah, Hoppy stepping back a bit, and the Schalke midfield now is looking very, very dense. 5 in midfield, Hoppy dropping back sometimes, Raman dropping back sometimes. Basically trying to cut off any supply that Mainz will feed through that midfield. If Mainz aren't willing to put balls over the top, then they're not going to get any chances. I think they've really understood that right now, Schalke. It's not hard to see. Luke saying, thoughts on Juventus making Wednesday McKennie loan deal permanent? I thought that the deal was supposed to become permanent anyway. Whatever the case, I thought 22 million in the first place was quite a lot for Weston McKennie. Now that I see it the way he's playing, I think it's great business. It's great business. I just don't know where Juventus have got 22 million euros. I find it a bit mad, but a good sign from Juventus. It adds to that roster of midfielders. Sebastian Schmick, my home, Germany, and you. I'm actually south of you, Sebastian, in Switzerland. So Gross being sacked it hits home. That means how many Swiss managers have been sacked in Germany this season? You've got Favre, you've got Gross. I think that's it. If your home's Germany, ich kann noch ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen. Noch ein bisschen. Yeah. So I don't know how many... There haven't been any great chances so far. There's been one shot on goal, and that's Mustafi's header that was kept out by Zentner. I think I'm saying that right. I hope I am. Now Seder. Looks to have been fouled, and the referee does give it. Charging forward with the ball, and Seder does that well. He's still young, Seder, 23, and he is formerly of Mainz, so I don't know if it's bad blood, if that transfer had its implications towards the fans, but he moved from Mainz to Schalke, and I think he's a decent midfielder, or he could be a decent midfielder. He's Seder getting out of trouble there again, and it's Kolasinac who gives the ball away. Oh, and they've won it back though, and Hoppy's got the ball outside the box. Mainz are staying tight at the back, and Schalke can't create good chances for themselves. So now it's back to Tjor. I can't do the Finnish accent. Becker almost gave it away cheaply, but luckily Sedin is there to collect the rebound, or the ricochet should I call it. Now Mustafi on the ball again. Tjor puts in it. Oh, it looked like a great through ball, but it's just intercepted by St. Just. Oh, and Burkhardt looked in, but Rono came out of his goal, cleared it away from danger. It went just on the right of the penalty box for Schalke. Rono just came out, dealt with it, no risks taken. But it's going to be a throw-in for Mainz, and deep into Schalke's half. And they're going to throw it right into the box, but there's no real support. And Burkhardt, I think it's Burkhardt, is that how you pronounce it? Tries holding up the ball in the box. It's now out for a corner. So Burkhardt is also Mainz player, but well, that's not a Mainz player, how do I say it? From the Mainz Academy, if I'm not wrong. 20 years old, so yeah, there are a few good young players on show tonight. 1,000 fires in the night have brought us great luck. 1,000 friends standing together, then FC Schalke will never go under. It's nice to hear that. I find it unfortunate, the whole Schalke situation as well. It's also a really great fan base. So, and great history where it came from, its industrial background, what it was. It was an industrial club. It was from a factory that, I think, if I'm not wrong, the whole history comes from workers from a factory forming a football club in 1904. And to see them 117 years on, oh sorry, no, 117 years on, capitulate in such a way is really sad. I think being relegated is okay, but being relegated in such fashion with the amount of managers they've gone through this season, I think this is their fourth, isn't it? This Greek manager. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, it's a shame. And we all like Schalke. Schalke too, last year was still struggling in the league because they dropped off from beginning of the season. They looked like contenders. They dropped off near the end after lockdown. But then even the season before that, they were second. They finished the season second. So such a fall from grace is really, it's so unfortunate. This is still a big club. Yep. Now Schalke on the ball, and it's Becker. Back to Mustafi. Mustafi is staying really deep, just outside his own box. Looking like he wants to play that sweeper role, but also a deep playmaker. If you not a playmaker, but he's trying to pull the strings from deep and control the tempo of the game. Ooh, and Mainz have won possession back in there. They're in behind Schalke, but Schalke recover. A good tackle from Willian, gets out for a throw. And Latz is causing problems with those runs in behind. You've got both different, almost number 8s in these midfielders who are different in their own way. Latza loves to get in behind and find those spaces, where you've got Serdner who can work in tight spaces. And it's really intriguing to see different characteristics of these football players on show tonight. Even if it is a relegation fight, I love this sort of match. Oh yeah, and I can see the Coca-Cola fridge that they've got behind now, and I still don't get it. What they have at Schalke, they have Coca-Cola bottles behind the manager or near the coaching staff. I find it weird. I saw that the other week and I was thinking it was strange. So Mainz have kind of cooled off the pressure on Schalke's defence. I think they're trying to back off, but still apply a high pressure in midfield. And maybe hope that they can cut off Schalke's feed, because Schalke can play sometimes. Can. It's big if. Use code VOSA saying, hi, how's your day? I've actually had a fantastic day. Sometimes it just... Ooh! And Williams just throwing it back to Mainz opposition. That was a poor throw-in. And I think that's like the third different throw-in where he's just throwing it back to the opposition. Now, to say I've had a fantastic day, how have your days been? Everyone say how your day's been. I want to know. What's been good about it? Ooh, and Mainz look to break away, and Teo gets the tackling, and Burt caught, lose the ball. And it's a bit of a scramble into Schalke's last third there, trying to get the ball away, but they managed to. Now it looks like William will break, and his somewhat ground cross pass has been intercepted. Mainz get it away, and Schalke have a throw in their own half. Yeah, if I'm butchering any of the names, please tell me so I can correct it. Not great with some of these names. So now Schalke just keeping the ball again, and Mustafi, when he's not under pressure, is a happy Mustafi. So he's not under too much pressure now. At the beginning of the game, Mainz just went at it tight. Schalke actually can play out of this, weirdly enough. Use code ROSA. Boring school. Are you online? Is that it? I'm online too, so I had the same problem. I did decide to sleep through one at the beginning of the afternoon because, wow, who needs automatics anyway? What are you doing in school then? Use code of OSA. Let me guess, you're doing coding? See, Mainz are trying this cross-field pass now that they've done a few times without too much success. Just giving it back to Schalke. Schalke actually have a decent system in place to nullify any danger that Mainz can bring. I still would put Mainz favourites just because of the way they do play. They are actually a decent side who are probably not deserving of being so far down the table. And Schalke win it back, and I think they're putting in a decent performance, Schalke. I'd say that Mustafi's probably touched the ball more than anyone else in this match. And Latzer and... Sorry, my can made a noise there. Latzer and Mwene piled up both of them to make sure Sedar, I think that's how you say it, can't function in that midfield. They pushed him out wide on that occasion and got tackling. Danger dealt with. It seems like if Schalke can't get him on the ball, they can't get forward. Because I'm not too convinced with Klasnats to bring balls forward. Bosdogan is still really young, so I mean, I don't know if there's going to be a lot asked of him tonight. Now Schalke playing at the back quite calmly. Yep. So Bell on the ball. I'm just going to look at a few stats, like who's got the most, who's touched the ball the most, even just things like that. I can't seem to find that sort. So yeah, as I said, I guess that Mustafi would had the most touches on the ball, and he has. Him alongs with 39. That's quite a lot, considering that second place is has 27, who's Chanaloglu. So yeah, now Nikate to Bell, Nikate, and he's brought it back to Zentner, and if that was a stronger pass, then that would have gone into his own goal. He had to run back to get it. Yeah, they're both settling into this game slowly. No real clear-cut chances, but I'm intrigued tactically to see what's happened. I mean, Schalke, as one could expect, they're defending with 5 at the back, and now you look at the positions, it's almost like a 5-2-2. And Bozogdan does well, and Zerdner's away, but 3 players onto him, so he can't really... He's yet again suffocated with space. Mainz just suffocate that space from Sedar, and he struggles to play. So I'm sorry, this is I'm guessing an Arab name, and I can't pronounce it because I don't speak Arab. It's saying Schalke 4 win the match. What's your scoreline prediction? Do you think they'll win 2-1, 1-0, 5-0? What's your prediction? Are you a Schalke fan, or have you got a bet on? Nikate. I think it's Nikate. I can't say any of these names. I'm trying my best and I'll get there. Da Costa now. He's in a bit of space and he's putting a long ball over the top and no one was going for it. So, yeah, that's a ball lost quite easily. And when you look at the attacking zone stats, 7% of Mainz has gone down the right hand side, 53 down the left hand side. Percent, I did say percent right. If not, 7% has gone down the right, 53% has gone down the left. Which you'd have guessed that Malik Thior, the Finnish player, would have been something to aim for at the beginning. I thought he didn't look exactly comfortable when Mainz did attack. The fact that they've decided to go over to Becker's side, Becker, who is, I mean, he's still young as well, but got a lot more experience. A lot more experience? Has he? He's got a bit more experience, hasn't he? I'd have thought they'd be aiming for Thior, but apparently not. And Schalke have a goal kick again, and it's the same thing. Thior and Mustafi in their own box, and they're going to play out from the back. Oh no! Now he's called for them to go up pitch, so that's going to be a long ball for Schalke. And maybe this is the way that Schalke get a chance. It's long balls over the top. Well, they're struggling with height because Mainz's back line is a lot bigger than Ramen and Hoppe. Or at least I think it is. It looks it. Bazogdan, is that it? Dealing with some pressure quite well, and Hoppe's lost the ball. Oh no, William, sorry. But at least they're willing to work hard to get the ball back. Schalke when they do lose it. So I think there's positive signs here. Yes, Schalke are last, and I don't think they can possibly dream of not being last at the end of the season. But this is definitely a positive sign. He's brought in some young players tonight. The young players have actually done well. I think Bosdogan, a decent night so far. Not been too much in the game, but I think it's been decent. Bringing in young players like Chanaloglu as well. So yeah, there's a long list of oof. And they just Latza just tried playing it through, but it was intercepted, and now it's Moene who's around at the defence. Da Costa's put a ball in, and Mainz to get a shot. Oh, just wide. Oh, that was a really good chance. It's a really good chance for Martins. So as Da Costa who puts a very low cross in, and Martin just about sticks a foot out, just on the edge of the 6-yard box, out to the right. The ball comes across him, tips it. I think it just goes wide of the far post there. That was a really good chance for Mainz. Schalke just lost some concentration there and just opened up and let Mainz put crosses in, which they haven't let them do, to be fair to them. And I think Ronno has now understood that the only way Schalke are really going to create chances is if they get long balls in, and he's just done that in the goal kick again. Kind of just throwing the first half tactics, or the tactics that they had at the beginning of the match, out of the window. We're going long. And Kolasinac does well there. It just gives it away, and Raman, it doesn't look like he touches the ball there. I thought it was St. Just who put that out. Yeah, it looks like St. Just is the one who touches it last, and yet he's given a goal kick. Unfortunate that for Schalke. Kolasinac does well, breaks away from the midfield, puts a through ball in. It's not a very precise ball, but St. Just can get to it. But yeah. So I hope I'm saying St. Just is right as well, the Dutch Dutch defender. Then now Mainz have put it long forward, and Becker deals with the bouncing ball. Schalke look to be comfortable. So yeah, Schalke who've only won one game in the league this season, and that was the 4-0 against Hoffenheim, which almost seems a bit mad. I know Hoffenheim haven't been great this season, but you wouldn't expect them to lose 4-0, would you? Or at least I didn't see that coming. I love the Schalke's mascot and enthusiasm at every match I've seen in the season. He is great, isn't he? Did you actually see him when you were there, Jamie? I think he's so cute. Is it? Is it a dinosaur? What is that mascot? Because I don't know what animal it is. What's the problem? It's adorable. I'll give you that. There's a Chor and Raman has just given the ball away again, which is not very. He's not having the best of nights, Raman. Hoppe neither, but it looks like Hoppe is actually the one that is going to bring something out of the two forwards. Raman just he seems very lackluster tonight. Just seems like one of those nights where nothing's coming off for him. So it's 21-12, and I'm going to turn on the Valencia-Villarreal game in the Copa del Rey. No, sorry, not Copa del Rey, that's La Liga. What am I saying? Pardon me. Yeah, mine's just... I don't know what happened there. Across into the box and no one was there. Long ball forward from Schalke, and the Costa deals with it. But Slesley manages to win the ball back, and Bergdorf tries to get a shot where it's blocked. I've not seen Slesley, I think that's how you pronounce it, in this match. Hungarian international, and I struggle with all the Z's in Hungarian. But it was hard to watch him when they lost to Bayern the other week. He literally gave up and just sat down with his hands covering his face. It clearly hurts everyone involved. People say football is just a sport, but it isn't. It's more than a sport, isn't it? It's people's livelihood. Ooh, and a good cross in. And Bergdorf, he can't get the ball out of his feet, and the shot isn't great. Ooh, and the second shot goes just wide. That's a great chance. And that was Slesley, sorry, not Bergdorf. That was Slesley. That looked like a really nice shot when he hit the second one. People asking for autographs. Absolutely, Jamie. Yeah, sorry, I was coming back to the point. Yeah, that football is more than just a sport. You could say that for anything, any passion that you have. But a lot of communities depend on football as well. Ooh, and a through ball from Schalke. Hoppe puts pressure onto Bell. Then Raman does. The ball's gone far from Zentner. The Costa. The ball is bouncing a lot, which means that there are a lot of long balls. There are a lot of high balls. I think both teams have now understood that that's the tactic to deploy. If you ask some of the bottom teams anywhere, they'll say that if you can't win football matches, just play it long and put pressure onto the opposition. It's the easiest way to apply pressure to an opposing team. You've not exactly got the skills to play out in the back. And it's starting to lower in quality, this game. And I think this is a match where Bertha will struggle to get into it, or Bosdogan. They probably want to be playing with the ball on the feet, but you take what you can for Schalke at the moment. If they can win doing this, then they'll take it. I'm willing to take the throw-in, and I wouldn't trust him to take the throw-ins now because he's giving away some cheap throw-ins, and there Bertha has been put under pressure by Leicester, right? And Mainz are away again. I said Bertha, said that. Martin Hayroth is saying Grüße mich. Grüße mich. What does that mean? I thought mish was like a form of saying me. Ah, greetings. Greetings, greetings, Martin. Don't forget, everyone, to subscribe. The same apply as always. Just have to press that button. It helps us out a lot. We love it. We enjoy every single one of you. Oh, we're up to one more tonight. 391. Thank you for the latest subscriber. Oh, and I've just blacked out there, and there's a shot from Mainz. So it's Nikate who gets this cross in, and it's Slele. I think that's how you pronounce it. Slele who gets on in a bit. Oh, Mainz breaking behind, and the pass is just too heavy. Becker was doing well to cover it, and Latster, it hasn't been his day. It really hasn't been his day. Now William back to Becker, and Becker floats the ball in near the halfway line, and I think the referee has called for half time already. So yeah, that's half time here. Half time in Schalke, and not too many chances to shout about. My half time is wonky, so I'm going to put that right. Yeah, it hasn't been the most thrilling game so far. Not many chances. So to go over some stats, I mean, the possession is slightly in favour of Schalke, 54% to Mainz's 46%. Now the actual goal attempts, it's 1 for Schalke, 1 on target. For Mainz, it's 9 attempts, 0 on target, which says a lot about Mainz, does it? Or does it say a lot about how Schalke have pushed them into those positions? They're both the worst. Mainz would be 3rd in worst attacks in the league. Schalke have only scored 16 this season. Arminia Bielefeld have only scored 18, and then Mainz have only scored 23. Actually, no, I misspoke. Did before. Cologne have only scored 21. So they're not exactly high scores, but that's normal. They're in the relegation zone. It can only be expected. On the other hand, these are the 2 worst defences in the league. Schalke being the worst, conceding 61 goals, which is phenomenal. And Mainz conceding 44. So the fact that no one scored and no one's conceded, one can surprise us, one might not surprise us. So yeah, continuing with the stats, I mean, more free kicks to Schalke, 12-5. Only been 3 corners in the match, 2 of them to Mainz. Yes, etc. So not much going on. There's just that 1 yellow card in it at the moment. That was Klasnats right at the beginning. And dangerous attacks. It says that Schalke have had 5, Mainz have had 28, which doesn't come as a surprise. The build-up play for Mainz has probably been better than Schalke. There's definitely more to their game plan. They look like a team with a bit more confidence, let's just say, which is, yet again, not surprising. They're in a better position in the league than Schalke. A draw is enough for Mainz tonight. A draw is never enough for Schalke in this current situation. So, yeah, let's hope Schalke might push for it instead of just booting the ball long and hoping for the best. At the moment in time, Schalke can't really hope for much, so is there any point of losing the match that they could draw? I don't know. So yeah, just to go over some other scores, I'm taking a personal preference to the Championship. So Huddersfield's currently after 33 minutes, 0-0 against Cardiff. Eredivisie on, you got FC Emmen 0, Sparta Rotterdam 1, 66 minutes played there. And La Liga, currently, which I've got on another screen, after 18 minutes, it's Valencia 0, Villarreal 0. So this is sort of the redemption project for Unai Emery. Started the season well. They've kind of tailed off recently with a lot of draws and a couple of defeats, and they're now down to 7th. They probably can dream of 5th. They're only 4 points behind the Real Sociedad as we speak, with the draw being counted as a draw for them. But the Champions League is a bit far off. If they draw tonight, they're 10 points behind Sevilla and Sevilla will have 2 games in hand, so Champions League is a bit of an ambitious one. But Unai Emery loves the Europa League, so who knows? Villarreal might win it this year. They might win it next year. This is Unai Emery's competition. He's won 3 with Sevilla before. He's got to the final with Arsenal as well. Who knows? Who knows? So, looking forward to some games tomorrow. As I am aware, I'm not aware of the whole rota. I will get it up for us now. Just give me 1 minute. Got good friend of ours, Jamie and Stuart, tomorrow covering Freiburg and Leipzig. So join them for that at 2 p.m. English time. Then we've got the big match we'll be watching along as well. So join us for that as well. There are 4 of us joining us for this Bayern Munich Dortmund with me, Jamie, Stu and Joe. So we're getting a whole team together for that one and looking forward to that one because it's the big game and I refuse to call it Der Klassiker. I will not call it the Klassiker. You can pay me however much you want. I'm not calling it that. But I digress. And then also tomorrow night, plan on doing Juventus versus Lazio. That's at 6:45. Is that at 6:45? 7:45 English time. Apologies there. I'm still not sure if that'll be doable. Oh, okay, so we've got 7 Stews, so Stu will be along for that one. Okay, so there's 2 of us doing that one. Terrific. And obviously in the Bundesliga, we've got more matches coming up tomorrow. We've got Borussia Mönchengladbach playing against Bayer Leverkusen. Big game for the fight for 4th. Both tailed off with the form recently. If we look in the last 5 games for both of them, accumulated no victories. So Marco Rose has got a lot to prove. Going to Dortmund at the end of the season. We'll still want to get that top 4 position for Bayern Borussia Mönchengladbach, but there's a lot at stake. They're currently 9 points behind Eintracht Frankfurt in 4th place, so they've got a lot of catching up to do, and it starts tomorrow at Bayer Leverkusen. Be interesting to see both styles, what Bosch can do against Rosa. Yeah, looking forward to that one. Then you've also got Eintracht Frankfurt going up against Stuttgart. Stuttgart, some can say the surprise of the season, some might disagree. Stuttgart, who beat Schalke 5-1 the other day, whereas Frankfurt lost to Werder Bremen in the other day, which is probably a shock. But Andre Silva, the big name, getting back at it, really proving everyone wrong. And if it weren't for Lewandowski, we'd be talking about Andre Silva this season because he's been just simply fantastic. He's got, I think it was 19 goals in 21 games. He's back, or he's getting to that potential that everyone thought he would at the age of 26, or if he's 25, sorry, what am I saying, 25. And will be a key factor to Portugal this summer in the Euros if Portugal are looking to win it. I mean, everyone talks about Ronaldo, and Ronaldo obviously still is a big player for Portugal. But if Andre Silva is hitting form like this, could that help Portugal? I mean, Portugal's squad is, it's scary almost, I think. And I just would love to see Andre Silva play next to Neto. Neto just running around providing. I'm a big fan of Neto, just to let it be said. With Ronaldo, Neto, Silva, and then you've still got Bernardo Silva, players like that, Cancelo. Portugal should be a really good watch this summer. And also, as I mentioned, got Freiburg versus Leipzig, which 2 of our friends will be watching along tomorrow. And Hertha Berlin take on Augsburg. So, not having a great season for both of them. Augsburg are reasonably safe. They're on 26 points. That is 8 more than Hertha Berlin. Hertha Berlin are starting to look like they're in danger. Well, starting. We knew this from the start, but they haven't won since they actually beat Schalke. And it seems like a place where you go get 3 points if you're lacking confidence. That was the 14th game of the season. Hertha Berlin haven't won since then, so this run of form is really quite terrible. And yeah, it's starting to look really bad for Hertha Berlin. I think they'll be okay, but it's still not good. Hertha Berlin, they've got an ex AC Milan striker as well in Piontek. He's not exactly proving it as much as Andre Silva is, but I think for him it'd be nice to see him get back to some decent form as well. He scored 4 goals last season in the Bundesliga in 15 matches. He got 5 and 23 this season, so actually a worse return. So he probably needs to find form soon. Then also, same time, last game of those series is Hoffenheim Wolfsburg. Now Hoffenheim also one of those teams that are somewhat underperforming this season. Wolfsburg, on the other hand, currently third, 3 points ahead of Frankfurt, 5 points behind Leipzig. They could definitely get that third spot. Great season from Wolfsburg. I've enjoyed watching them every time I've seen them play. So looking forward to that one. Then we've got Bayern Munich versus Dortmund in the evening. Big game. Then 2 games on Sunday. Cologne versus Werder Bremen. Both in around that bottom half of the table, but relatively safe. Cologne are on 21 points, so they're not exactly safe, but they're probably a bit more relieved. And then you've got Armin Bielefeld against Union Berlin. Union Berlin really surprising us again this season, like they did last season as well. Currently in 7th spot, 3 points behind Leverkusen. If they win on Sunday and Bayer Leverkusen lose to Mönchengladbach, depending on how many goals are in those matches, they could be in 6th spot for that big Europa Conference that is to be implemented next season. So that's the Bundesliga full weekend. Other big games also ahead this weekend. I mean, you've got games in the Premier League, you've got games in the Serie A. Too many games. So typically, you've got tomorrow Juventus versus Lazio. I am looking forward to that because I love watching Serie A. And there's the Madrid derby on Sunday, which we fully intend on covering as well. So, a lot to look forward to. Our plans for Sunday are starting from 10:45 a.m. to 1:15. It is going to be Ajax Groningen, which I assume my friend James can do, which is exactly the case as I check on the rotor. And I will be joined by maybe someone else to be seen for the Madrid derby on Sunday. Then Monday, we've got Adam Davis, who is apparently doing Everton versus Chelsea, so should be a good one. Got all that coming up this weekend, so don't forget to subscribe. Notifications on. We've even put an animation in just to tell you to subscribe. Get in touch. Questions. I want to hear them. Even how your day was. Tell me about it. So currently with Valencia Villarreal, I haven't even watched the game or any minutes of it. It's just all in the background, so I'll be getting to it. Yeah. So just to come on to that Madrid derby at the weekend. So Real Madrid currently level on Barcelona, 25 games played, 53 points. Goal difference is separating them. Barcelona score a lot more than Real Madrid, but Real Madrid conceded just 2 less than Barcelona the whole season. So Barcelona's second. And Barcelona, after their remontada, it's French, after their comeback on Wednesday night against Sevilla in the Cup, they've now got to play Osasuna, which should be a relatively easy fixture. Having said that, Barcelona's away form is it's unreliable. So make what you will of that. So they would want to get 3 points clear of Real Madrid this weekend. Or do Barcelona want Real Madrid to win this weekend? What do Barcelona want? They want Atletico Madrid to win, so they're still playing catch up, or they want Real Madrid to be breathing even more so down their neck just to be able to catch up with Atletico Madrid. Remains to be seen. So looking forward to that. And you've got Sevilla comfortably in 4th place, playing Elche this weekend. Currently, they're 6 points behind Real Madrid. They're 3 points ahead of Betis. They're quite relaxed. No worries for them. So, coming back to this match, it's half time, so I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Half time, Schalke 0, Mainz 0. Both probably need a win. Do Schalke need a win? Do they realistically care anymore? I think that's hard. Okay, that's very harsh for me to say because they have played with some spirit in this game. There's been a desire to implement the tactics that have been. So yeah, looking forward to the second half. Even if there is no more shots on target, that'd be a shame, wouldn't it? So just to go over a few of the stats, I'm trying to look a bit more into detail about the stats in this match. As I mentioned, Mustafi having the most touches out of all the players, which is no surprise when you see how he's played. It seems pretty composed. Pressure was applied early on, but he was given a bit more freedom from Mainz in the latter stages of the half, or even after 10 minutes. Mainz stopped applying the pressure too high up, and Kolasinac threading balls from here to there. His pass completion isn't the greatest. It's 86%, but he's been influential. Most of his long balls are successful. 6 attempted, 5 successful. Yeah. Now I want to check Serda because I think he's been really quite interesting in this match. The positions he's tried to take, the way he's tried to take up carry the ball. He hasn't had that many passes, or hasn't made that many passes. But he tries carrying the ball, which I find interesting. And I'll wait to see if he brings something in the second half. On the other hand, you've got Latzer, who should be filling up a similar role for Mainz. But his passing has been really off. I think he's failed most of his passes. Okay, so just to get up stats. Oh, well, lucky me. He has. That way I don't look like an idiot. 6 completed out of 12 attempted. 4 cross attempted, 1 successful. Aerial duels 4 attempted, 1 successful. Lost possession 11 times. It's not been a good game for Latzer. And I thought maybe I wasn't paying enough attention, but I seem to be proven right. So the players are coming back out for the second half. The Schalke ones, at least, are going to do the same for the second half, and as they did for the first half, and be late for that as well. Oh no, they're out on the pitch. They're out on the pitch. My apologies for accusing the Mainz players there. So yeah, the Dimitris Gramatsis, I'm guessing that's his name. Defensive midfielder. Greek. And has played for the likes of Hamburg and Cologne. So it looks like Schalke have made a substitution, and it's going to be Bos Dogan who comes off. That's it. Are they making a double substitution here, or is that... Oh no, both teams are making substitutions. Apologies. So Stambouli coming on, which I'm not sure. I don't know. I heard rumours they wanted to get him out of the club, but maybe I'm fabricating that myself in my head. So yeah, two substitutes, and the Boetius, guessing that's his name, has come on for Latzer. So Latzer's the one to come off. Is he injured? The captain's coming off. It's quite drastic. So second half underway, and could take half time off. Still 0-0. Well, it's only just started. And the Costa gets a cross in. It's deflected, and Schalke deal with it. No one was there for it. Oh, and they're really going for it straight away. Schalke, Mainz. Excuse me, I keep getting the teams confused. So just about to make those substitutions in our lineup. So it was Bos Dogan who came off in place of Stambouli. So any Schalke fans in the comments? Any Mainz fans? Any Bundesliga fans just generally? Want to hear your opinions. So Latz has come off now, and I'm curious as to who has taken the captain's armband. Because I want to find out. To put it correct on our lineup here, because it's currently written that there is no captain. So Berdal's just been fouled by Bell, and I don't know whether Bell would. Bell has taken a card for it, yeah. So Serdar showing again that he can bring the ball forward. As I mentioned, he's got to be more influential in that midfield role. Well, he was influential in my opinion, but if he's to really get Schalke in the game, and it's all going to go through him, how he gets Hoppe and Raman on the ball. Or Raman. Gotta say it right. And the cross comes in. That's dealt with by Zentner. Zentner reminds me a bit of Carriers with the hair. And Schalke very quickly going back. So defending, when Mainz have the ball in their own half, you can just about see the picture that, well, you can't see obviously, sorry, but Ramen, Hoppe, and I think it's Serda, sorry, who are interchanging as a like three that try and applies partial pressure up front. And now it's Becker on the ball. Back to Mustafi. And Mustafi brings it over to Shaw. Ooh, and a very nice flick from Ramen. Gets Çalhanoğlu onto the ball, and his pass is just intercepted. He runs himself into that Mainz defence and tries threading the ball through his right foot, and it was a pretty poor attempt, but Mainz closed him down. And currently Kolasinac is down, so can we have maybe both captains taken off in this game? Big if it does happen. Yeah. Core just... Oh, sorry, Core. Is it Core? Yeah, it is Core. Just shreds on his shin, or just lower shin. Doesn't take a booking for it. Would have been harsh, it was accidental. And Schalke's free kick is wasted. It's wasted. William has been, in my opinion, awful. I think Latzel was pretty bad for Mainz, but I think William has been really awful for Schalke. Could they put on anyone else at the moment? I don't know. I'm still bothered by that Coca-Cola fridge behind them. So long ball goes forward and Szalai deals with it. I don't know why when I'm saying Szalai, that the Hungarian name, I'm just thinking of Mo Sislak. Our good friend Jamie will love that reference. As forever, don't forget, subscribe. I know the button isn't there, but it's a graphic. Wherever the button is, please subscribe. Every one of you is loved by us. Oh, we're up to 394, so thank you for all those who have subscribed during this watch along. Much appreciated. If you are the ones who have subscribed, mention it in the comments. Get a shout out. And there's been a yellow card. And it's for Szalai. He's a bit overeager. His studs run down Kolasinac's leg. His shins. Did I say his shin? His studs, sorry. Bit too eager to keep the ball there. Was falling over and always second favourite. Let's just hope that Schalke can make the most of it. And Mustafi gets a ball in behind, and Owen William does well to get it down there. But he's in a very tough predicament now. Took away the momentum when he brought the ball down. But now Becker's into that wide position, gets a cross in, and it's dealt with by Nikata. Nikate, that's the one. Yeah. And the ball is constantly bouncing in each other's final third, and it's a bit messy. We've got to fight a bit to regain possession in this match, but credit to both teams who are both giving it their all. And so now Çalhanoğlu has it deep into his own half, and Da Costa managed to pressure him. And Berdar, is that his name? But I keep getting it wrong. Looks to have accidentally hit someone in the face, and I can't really see who. Sorry, I took my eyes off the game for a moment, and Costa feeds it through to Berghardt. No, not Berghardt. Sorry, that's Koch. And it looks like he's fouled. Has he given the free kick? Oh, Chel got away with it there. Just seeing in the other game, Moreno getting a goal for Villarreal. 40 minutes gone. Ooh, and Schalke were unfortunate there. The threaded ball was meant to go for Stambouli. Goes out for a throw-in. Oh, putting my nose. And Mainz have thrown it far into quite far, but they've maintained possession. Okay. And now they spread it across the Costa. The Costa's low cross. Oh! And Martins is in the box in a good position to receive the ball, and he opens his legs. It goes right through. Oh god, you won't want to see that back. Oh, and Mainz back on it in Schalke's box. And the ball is really poor from Schalke. They give possession away easily. Both teams are showing why they're in this position, because on the ball they've been very bad, both of them. Oh, and Burkhardt's shot deflected by Chor. It's going to be a corner. The thing with Mainz is they've had their players like Szollai and Burkhardt not doing much, but when they do something, it's in tiny spells, so it's hard to get a real understanding of how to get goals if their strikers are neither hot nor cold, but more often not moderate and not consistent. And it's a corner for Mainz, so that, if I'm not wrong, is their third of the game. Or fourth, sorry. Apologies. Corner comes in, and it's dealt with by, I want to say that's Hoppe, is it? It is Hoppe, yes. Got that right. Does anyone here not understand why some players have short sleeve shirts and then gloves? Would you not surely go for long sleeve and then gloves? I'm just saying. Not sure Hoppe's style, it just seems weird. It seems more aesthetic than anything else. And another corner kick comes in, and it's Mustafi who managed to just get his head on it away. And Ramin is... I think he's committed a foul there. No, he hasn't. No. And Martins was always looking in trouble there to keep the ball while it was bouncing. Ramin does well there. Does really well to get a free kick, throw in for Schalke. Untitled just about dribbles past his player, gets Schalke out of danger, and they can spread the ball across field. What can they do with it now? Can William actually get a ball to someone? As I say that, he loses the ball. LeBron James, only one shot on goal by Schalke in the first half. Yeah, and it was Mustafi. So, the most influential player in the game so far, without doubt, Mustafi. And now, as I say it, he's on the ball again. Out to Tjor. And Tjor just gets it through to... Oh, and Çalhanoğlu cleverly gets it round someone. Well, a rebound. And Ramin can't get on the end of it. The passing's been poor. The passing has been really poor from both sides tonight. So, disappointing. Disappointing, let's just say. Oh, and Ramin looks injured. Does he pull his thigh? Or does he pull a buttocks? I don't know. It's Mainz now. Schalke defending really deep in this action right now. And St. Just gets a cross in. And Szollai. No. What's Szollai? I keep saying it wrong. Burkhardt back heels it. Really quite clever, or he rolls it. And the cross from Muene is, not the cross, the shot is just wide. Extremity of body, hands are more sensitive to the cold. Yeah, but they're not actually more sensitive, it's just that the blood escapes from your hands before it does any other part of your body. So I don't know if you maintain heat within your whole body before the gloves, then surely you wouldn't need to wear gloves. I'm not against gloves. I just think it's illogical. It feels to me like putting the shoes on before the socks. Oh, and Burkhart, I keep saying it wrong, Burkhart. Oh no, it's Szczesny. They have such similar profiles that I'm getting them both confused. They're both big number 9s, and 28 and 29 are similar numbers. I'm getting them confused. But Szczesny, I'm going to say Szczesny. I presume he didn't play football on snow or cold weather. Live in Switzerland. I've played in the snow before, yes. I'm not against gloves. This is not what I say. But the shirt is always something I have before I put on gloves. That's just my point. I came into this watch along at the wrong time. Jamie Burgoyne. Salutations to you, Jamie. It's always the right time. Cheers to that. And as getting back to the match, Schalke trying again this passing out from the back. Mainz look really up for this high pressing. But where are you from, George Kjolak? Where? Kjolak, yeah. If Mustafi had the ball the most contact, you already know something is wrong. Yeah, I guess so. I guess you can almost judge the caliber of game when Mustafi is the influencer in it. So, looks like Schalke are getting ready for a change, and not sure who. Can't really see properly. Throw in from Schalke, and sorry, Serdar again. But he's got no support. It doesn't look like he can get a cross in. He's closed down by 2 players. Yeah, and another pole ball from Schalke, and Mainz on it again in their own half. It's been one of those games that the passing is not really good at all. It's been a poor quality game. I guess Mainz have been very good at countering teams in some of those games, notably against Dortmund and Leipzig. They could just counter on them. I'm not sure Schalke is exactly the same. You live in Liverpool, George. I come from Liverpool, but I've played in snow. When I've played in snow, that deep at least. I agree, the gloves, good idea. I'm not against it. I just put an undershirt before I put gloves on. Just my thought process. That's it. So yeah, now Mainz have a throw in halfway into Schalke's half. Not a very good sentence, that is it. And what's going on with Mainz? 11 shots and 0 of them on goal. They haven't exactly been clear-cut chances, so they're actually struggling to get into proper positions to shoot. So I wouldn't be too disheartened by Mainz's finishing, but they're kind of snapshots. There are some that have been really difficult. I think of I'm trying to think of the player. Was it Martins who gets his foot on in the first half? You can't expect more from him. It's decent of him to get the shot away. There was that shot from Szczesny. Curves just around the post. It's not been that bad. But the passing is of a very low quality. And there has been a substitute for Schalke, as we talk about it. So Hoppe has come off, and Schuler has come on. So Schuler, who's young himself, 21, but not as young as Hoppe. Yeah, so a bit of a shame for Hoppe, but Hoppe's not done much in the second half. I thought he was okay in the first half. He did a lot of defensive work, but looks tired. He looks really tired. So Schuller, who's made one appearance for Schalke, and that was against Borussia Mönchengladbach. In the league, I mean. Now it's Muene. Dribbling past at ease. Now into the Schalke box. The cross is not a great one. And Renault has to come out and punch it. Oh, and then there's a shot from Martins. Goes well wide. So now we're on to 12 shots, 0 on target. LeBron James. Okay, I understand. Yeah, it's been poor finishing, let it be said. But it's not... They've not been the easiest chances either. Some have. 1 or 2 have been decent chances that finishing has been poor. But I wouldn't have said the XG is high on all these chances. I'd be intrigued to know what the XG actually is at the end of this. I don't think it'd be particularly high for Mainz. The chance that Schalke had, that Mustafi's shot had to be saved, that was a good chance and the best chance so far. So now they're really pushing for it, Mainz, and Schalke have gone narrow defensively, and St. Just Martins just loses it in the penalty area, and I've not been impressed with Martins either, but yeah, so Schuler's first action is to be unbalanced, get the ball to his feet and lose it. Unfortunate. A very good crossing from Mene there. And Martins completely miskicks the rebound coming towards him. It's been a night to forget for Martins. It's been a night to forget for Martins. The Costa has just misplaced the pass as well that was supposed to go to Martins. He hasn't had a decent night either. I'd find it hard to say which player has actually played well tonight. That's why I'd say that Mustafi might have to be that one. I think Thior's dealt well with the pressure that he's had to deal with. If not, St. Just has been okay. And the cross comes in and... oh, Renault really deals with it. It's a very slow cross that just bounces in Schalke's box, and Renault has to come out and get it. And I don't think he was exactly the favourite to get that one. So the stats coming up now that Serdar is the player that's been pressed the most, has received the most pressure, which makes sense. It's exactly why he's been cut out of the game. It's because Mainz are just putting numbers on him. And it's really taken away any sort of creative outlet that Schalke could have hoped to have had. I think Raman's brought his game up in the second half, been a bit more inventive. But yeah, without Serdar, it's a bit difficult. And see, Schuler and Raman just try doing 1-2, but with very very rushed passes, and they just lose the ball again in the final third, or in Mainz's half. It's not been good on that end. I mean, Schalke actually getting into the box almost seems like an impossible challenge at the moment. That would have been funny if Mustafi would have made the goal. It would have been yeah, funny, but it would also been... it would have made me think he's man of the match without doubt. And that was a goal kick from Mainz, and it goes to show that Schalke have lacked a lot of fluidity when getting into Mainz's half. Defensively, when they've been pressed, they've actually done well to get out of the press. In Mainz's half, their attackers, it's been bad. It's been pretty poor. I think Hoppe doesn't know where to go. Raman is trying to cover all sorts of ground. And now Schuler is looking just... he's looking out of his depth. And this is against Mainz, who came into this game before last. So I would worry in some senses. So Bell gets the throw in there and throws it near Schalke's box. Seems like they're going to pressure Schalke that way as well. I think with players like Thior and Mustafi, they won't be too phased by throw-ins going into their box. But it is a tactic of Mainz's, so why not? Yeah, I think Thior's actually been quite decent tonight as well. In the second half, Mainz have looked and gone, well, attacking down the left didn't work. We've got to spice it up a bit. Spice up is a bit of an exaggeration, but you shock a team more if you seem unpredictable which side you're going to play down. So they're going down the right this time, varying it a bit. Oh, and a good shot. good attempt from Burkhardt. He does well to take the ball down on the edge of the box. I mean, a poor clearance from Becker in the air. He takes it down, goes onto his left foot just inside the box on a tight angle still, and puts it wider than near post. Looking on the other angle, it's now apparent that he is actually wider than I initially thought. So now goal kick for Schalke. Same tactic now. Get it long. No more playing out from the back when they have a goal kick. And Schürrle does well to be combative there and actually get the better of the bounce. And Raman's run is just misaligned with the forward ball, so Schalke lose the ball, and they're now in possession again, so not to worry. It's weird to say that a team who have conceded 61 goals this season so far actually look a lot better defensively than offensively, because they are also the worst attack, let's not forget. 16 goals scored. 16 goals scored, and 5 of them have been scored by the young American Hoppe. But then again, Hoppe does have more goals than Leroy Sané this season, so maybe he'll score a goal. Here we go. I'd like to think Mustafi could get a goal, but the only way he's going to go up is if there's a corner, and Schalke are not even getting in positions right now to create a corner, so I'm not too sure. They could. Something rebounds off a Mainz player, who knows, and it's a corner. Probably be their best chance, and Tiora actually seems reasonably tall and could get on the end of headers. Yeah, they've got some aerial threat, I'd say. Then again, Mustafi's chance was him on his own in the box. It was poor defending from Mainz. And De Costa's throw in the final third. And Burkhardt looks like he provoked a foul, but it's not been given. And it's Kolasinac who hits him in the face. He's being a good sport. Getting him up again. Yeah, it's Kolasinac's arm that goes into his face. I wouldn't give a card for that, so it's fine, but Kolasinac on a yellow, it could end badly. I think Kolasinac's discipline is always... I've always found it questionable. But, hey-ho. Yet again, another goal kick. Boot it long. And Mainz do so, and Schürrle doesn't even attempt the head, and he just attempts to push Bell off the ball, and it doesn't work. It's not looking very positive for Schalke. I think Mainz are getting the better of the chance in the second half, despite it being still snapped at chances. It's not exactly clear. Hervis Arapi. 1-0 to Mainz, you're saying? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at this rate if it is 1-0 to Mainz. I think they do look favoured to do it. As I say that, Çalhanoğlu's got into a good crossing area, and the cross is well overhit. Out on the other side, throw in for Mainz. Yeah, maybe 1-0 to Mainz, I'd say, on the chances that they're getting in the second half. And don't forget, always comment anything. Anything, I want to hear it. Even you, Jamie, get back in touch. We love you, man. Want to get to that special 4-0. So, please help out. We would love to get there soon. And I've just gone off my own comment page, so I can't see the comments anymore. I'll get back. Yep, so... Are they both going to opt for another substitute? Who could they ideally bring on? I think the fact that Mainz have only taken off Latza says a lot about their squad depth. I wouldn't say the depth is there. Schürrle, oh, give him the ball away. The throw-in came to him. He brought the ball down well, got out of the pressing well, and then just passed it to a Mainz player. It's such a shame. So the only player injured so Mainz have got multiple players injured. I think it's multiple players injured. It's not how you say it. I mean, Mainz's top scorer this season is still Mateta, who's now gone on loan to Crystal Palace, which I found a bit weird. But there must have been more reasons to it. Then we've got Stoger, who I think is on the bench tonight. Correct me if I'm wrong. He's on the bench, Stoger, tonight. They've got Quaison, who's their third top scorer, out as well tonight. And Onisiwo out as well to injury tonight as well. So, decent injury list for Mainz as well, but Schalke's is excessively long. Mainz have also got Edmilson Fernandez, who is out, Swiss international, 24 years old, obviously, who played for West Ham at one point. Now, just so you know, Edmilson Fernandez, where he first started playing football is where I play football now, so just so you know. Little fact there. But Schalke have got an extensive injury list as well. They've got Farman, they've got Bentaleb out, they've got Huntelaar out, they've got Ludwig out, they've got Nastasic out, they've got Panciena, they've got Sane, they've got Skirbiska, they've got how do you say it? Ut? Mark Ut? I think it's one of those names you've got to say the whole name, Mark Ut, otherwise it just sounds weird. Ut. So they've got a long injury list as well, and it looks like Mainz are making a substitution, sorry. Schazle coming off for Glatzel, the German forward who was playing at Cardiff at the beginning of the season. So let's just update that on the lineup. Yes, it can be 1-0. It really can. But I'd be surprised if they got more than one goal, Mainz. It shocked me, at least. And now Kolasinac looks to have space in front of him. And he can run into it. And the pass to Raman. And, he catches Raman flat-footed. You can tell Raman stops his run as soon as Kolasinac releases the ball. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, Raman protesting that it's not a foul and it should be a corner, and that's the second time that Raman has had a point. He could have got a corner there. I think it was a soft foul, considering the fouls that the referee hasn't given today. I think it was a soft one to give against Raman. So Raman, who's actually for a 26-year-old, he's played for a fair amount of clubs: Dusseldorf, Saint-Liège, Saint-Truiden, Ghent, Utrecht and Beerschot. So, a fair collection of clubs. And now Mainz look to go forward, and Schalke are defending deep, but they're defending with the three at the back now. Seems weird, in transition it's 3, when they get into a static position it's 5. And I think that's what Mainz are trying to exploit with some crosses, with some balls in behind, thinking if you catch them out when the ball is moving quickly from one half to the other, you can catch Schalke out. Bayern Munich did it with great efficiency. They did it to a great effect, let's just say. And they've just tried doing it again, but they've lost the ball, and Da Costa was not expecting that one to come, so... And to be fair, none of them were expecting that to come, even Glatzel wasn't expecting that to come, so... But they're still playing with this 2 up front, and I think with 2 up front, Mainz are lacking that player who can bring the game forward. They're doing okay defensively. The balls from Schalke are not getting through. Midfield as well. They're blocking off Schalke reasonably well, limiting them to few transitions. But they're not bringing enough forward. They need someone to peel off and bring more of the game to Schalke's defence. Mustafi Thior and Becker look comfortable with balls coming into the box. Ooh, and as I speak, Moana gets into the box and drags the shot back. Oh, just blocked by Schalke there. And Mainz are getting into the positions now. And it's Buckhart again. Bring it to Moana and... Oh, Glatzel can't get on the end of that one. Yeah, and it looks like there's another Schalke injury, and it's Klasnach, and it seems like he struggled throughout the whole match, Klasnach. So they're replaying the moment where he put that through ball in for Raman, and yeah, he instantly calls to the bench that he's injured himself. So maybe this is the last straw, and he will be coming off, and it'll be a shame for Schalke that. So that's both captains that have come off this game. Yeah, Klasnach instantly. He's coming off from Oscarel, and he's giving him the armband. Yeah, and Klasnach hasn't exactly been in the game as much as he'd have hoped, I guess. But he's become quite a key role of this Schalke setup since arriving on loan from Arsenal. Now it's St. Just on the ball, and I think St. Just has done well in this match. Schalke, the only danger they've been bringing to Mainz is probably down that left, where sometimes Klasnach has got into that space, like we saw before, or Raman, who's causing problems and has to become more alive, but still failing to have that final ball that will break that Mainz defence. They're comfortable up through at the back, Mainz now. It's reasonably relaxed for them. And now the Costa on the ball. Brings it back to St. Just, and it looks like he's going to get a deep cross in. It's just a bit scuffed, the cross, and Williams struggles to tackle on the edge of the box to get the ball away. Now it's back to Gletzel, sorry. Oh, and it looks like a handball from Martins there. I'd say it was as well. It looked like it from my position, and yeah, when Stambouli clearing the ball. Oh no, wait, no, Martins. Stambouli blocks Martins' rushed left-footed shot, and it comes back onto his arm. So yeah, it's a handball in favour of Schalke, and Mainz are making another substitution right now. So it's Brzezinski coming off for Da Costa. Sorry, excuse me. And I have to say that I've not been impressed with the Costa. I think there's been a lot of quality missing to his game. His crosses have been, I think, quite poor. And his positioning has been, I think, questionable. He's not really brought enough to the game, in my opinion. And now Schalke, he does well there. And he gets, that's a good shot. And it's Serdar again who fights Martins off the ball, brings it forward, shot outside the box, a very finesse style shot, and Zetner does well to save it low down. And Schalke do have a corner, so this is a chance for Mustafi. Let's see what happens here. Will Mustafi get a goal? And he gets his head onto it, but it's too high, and it just skims his head and goes across the edge of the box. And now Mainz look like they're going to try and break. Schalke are quick to reposition themselves. But the throw into to Glatzel almost catches them out there, and Chor clears it away. Long ball away. And now it's Martins who's lost the ball again, but St. Just has done well to get on the end of it, and Bergveld gets a shot in, and that's a good save from Rono. Yeah, Berghardt is getting into the game slowly, but he's doing well when in the second half. He manages to turn around well, get a shot on his left foot in just on near the edge of the box, and it's a low shot, but the goalkeeper does really well to save it. Really good save. And now Mainz are looking like they can get in those positions. So Nikate just brings. Oh, I can't see it. I can't see it. I'm sorry. Yeah, just showing that Serdar shot again. It's a good save. Been some good saves in the last 5 minutes from Rono and Zentner. And now Mustafi looks like he's struggling. This will be a big blow for Schalke. Big blow. So Schalke next week go to Wolfsburg, then they got Mönchengladbach, then Schalke, then Leverkusen. So tough fixtures coming up. Klasnat's going off injured is a bad sign. The injury list they already have is concerning. Listen, let's be honest. Schalke aren't getting out of this. They lose the next few matches and it's almost over. They do have some more winnable games, but if they're already, say, 8-10 points off, it doesn't matter when you've got 3 or 4 winnable games. If you're 10 points off, then if you're even more than 10 points off, then it's almost doom and gloom already. So Mustafi looks like he's running. So he might come back on. Do Schalke risk that? I don't know, because ideally they've got tough games. Do they save Mustafi for it? Or do they risk this game, which technically they should win if they want any standing chance of surviving? So it's a hard one to call. They're being stretched, this whole Schalke squad, and they've been stretched over the season. Their financial problems have forced them to sell players. And they've got a squad of players that they don't exactly want, so yeah. I don't know, it's a bad season. Mascarell, who's just come on and has got a yellow card, and that's his 5th of the season. No fairness to Mainz, they don't look too much in a rush to take this free kick. And it's just from Bell to Nikate to Koch. And now a long ball forward. And I want to get Glatzel on the end of that, but he just about doesn't get on the end of it. And a scrambled ball away from in the middle of the pitch, and Bell just about clears it away. And Glatzel muscles his way in Schalke's box, gets the ball to Martins. Martins drops it off. Oh, and he slipped there. It looks like he's tripped. That looks like it could be a penalty. And Moane gets on the end of the ball, and it looks like Schuler gets in his way, and actually that looks like a dive. That looks like a very blatant dive. I mean, he's theatrical about it. That could have been given. There was contact. But he makes the most of it, which makes it hard for the referee. Ankush Valesha. It depends, where are you to see the match? I can't personally do that. We have certain rules that we have to follow, but depends where you are. There are different ways in different countries. Bratislav Janic saying 0-1. I think Mainz might just get a goal. I think they'll just about squeeze one in just before the end. Yeah, so now Mainz are on the ball. It's Sedar again. And he's not been that active in the second half. Been quiet. Very deflated, shall I say? Doesn't look eager to get on the ball. And now he's looking frustrated by pushing around Martins. I call him Martins, I call him Barreiro. I think it's everyone's own personal preference. And now Raman looks down. Maybe injured. I think it's just a cramp by the way he's holding his leg. I think it's fine. But Schalke can't afford any more injuries. Or can he just write the season off? Maybe. Yeah, and now St. Just is in a good position. He gets the cross in, and it's a good chance from Glatzel, but it's well defended by Mascarell. He makes sure that Glatzel can't get in that shooting position, pushes him towards the near post so he can't get that angle. Oh, it's Mustafi who stays on him. Mustafi defends it well. Looks like he blocks the shot that comes in from Glatzel. And it might be a corner. I can't really see properly, but yeah, Mustafi, really a good signing for Schalke so far. And so Chanaloglu to take the throw in at the halfway line. Schuler drops it off to him. And now Raman and Schuler combine, and the pass from Schuler is just a bit too heavy, but Schalke have a throw in. Throw into Schuler. Schuler brings it back to Chanaloglu. Chanaloglu hasn't got any options, but he manages... No, he doesn't win the throw in for them. This is the thing about Schalke, they're so static. When they're out of possession, they're okay when it's not moving, but when they're in possession, they struggle. They've not got great movement. Chanaloglu, he gets the ball in there, Mainz surround him. Not excessively, but they surround him, and Schalke just don't have movement to create those options. It's a shame, but they've got to be a bit more intelligent in their build-up play, and they're just not. Now Burkhardt is coming off, which is a shame for Quaison. So I thought Burkhardt was really getting into the game, and Stoger has come on for Barea Martins, which I think should have been a change that they could have done long ago. Long ago. Because I've been very underwhelmed by Martins, so... Now Mainz in their own half. Cleared away by Bell. Mustafi heads it away. Comfortably. And now Becker struggling to get it away with the pressure coming from... Can't see which player that is. From Boetis, I think it is. Schuler's really struggling in this match. I think it's one of those ones that he's been thrown into the deep, and it's a shame for him. You want a player to be brought into the team a bit more delicately, under better conditions than Schalke's. And Raman's just given the ball away. He's tried dribbling out of his own half, and then just the passes to a Mainz player. And now Mainz have a chance to cross, and it's a failed cross. It's a really poor cross, ground cross. Yeah, so that's Brzezinski who got through that defence, and now Brzezinski's on the ball again. The cross, and Gretzel looks like he could have got in, but Mustafi heads it away, gets in front. And Mustafi's been immense tonight. I just want the goal gif. Jamie, I want it too. I want it too. So 5 minutes of added time on, and we're into the first minute of added time now. So coming to the end, and St. Just has been immense as well. I think St. Just had a really good game, and he's actually brought a lot to Mainz when they've gone forward. Yeah, and the cross coming in from Stoger there, it was a bit of an ambitious one, didn't really find anyone. Stoger's on the ball again. Nice through ball, and ooh, it's a really good chance for Quaison, but the pass is just too heavy, but it was well created, and this is what Mainz have been missing. So Raman is down, injured, and Chanaloglu is down, injured. This is getting disastrous for Schalke. Wow, I'm actually shocked to see so many down. So I saw Schopf getting ready to come on. And it's Oksipka who's coming on. Is Chanaloglu looks like he might continue. Mainz is a joke. Can you see Mizani Fanny? I mean, the draw here gets them out of the relegation zone, so uh, you do what you can. Please, Schalke, one goal and I win $200. Then, for your sake, Carlos Acosta, we want that goal. We want that goal. So yeah, Raman has come off for Oxpeaker. I'm trying to say these names right, but I'm struggling. So let's just say that Raman, the amount of times he's been down today, has legs made of noodles. If you get what I'm talking about. So, still coming up to the end. We're coming up to the end of the game. 3rd minute of added time. And it doesn't look like Schalke can score. It looks more like Mainz will get the goal. I'd be intrigued to find the XG for this match, but I think it goes in favour of... There's the Mustafi chance for Schalke, but apart from that, nothing. So... yeah. And... I'm sorry, I'm trying to get the name up again. Boetius, I think that's how you pronounce it. Boetius does well there on the left hand side, dribbles past. Looks like he might have drawn a foul, but not given. Now willing to take the throw in from deep in his own half. He does, and it goes out for a Mainz throw in. You see, this is another throw in from William. I'm saying William, I'm not sure if that's the pronunciation. It's William. He's Brazilian, so don't know. Where his throw-ins have just been so bad. The quality of this game, I don't think it's been a terrible game. I think a lot would probably disagree with me though. But the quality of the passing is so poor. And now it's Stober gets a very, very, how to say it, diagonals cross in. Comes back out and the cross from, is it Bietus? It's to no one. Even, I mean, Mainz have tried in the second half, but their crossing has been really bad. The quality's been bad. Now it's... I can't even see properly this game. Now it's Mwene who's trying to fight for the ball. Schalke get away. 5 minutes have been played. Will the ref call it a day at this point? I think because the substitution he'll add on another 30 seconds. And Stober gets the cross in. It goes onto the edge of the penalty box. 2-1. Chanaloglu wants to take it out, but the referee calls it a day, and that is that for this game. It has ended 1-0. Damn it. And this means that Mainz just get out of that bottom two. Okay, so Karic, Amen, Adja Schalke, der Dushbin 150 Kerma. I'm guessing you might have won money from Schalke tonight if they'd have won. It was a relegation scrap. There's the two bottom teams going into this. Not too much quality. I thought the passing was poor, pretty much from everyone. And now Mainz jump ahead of Arminia Bielefeld. Arminia Bielefeld have 2 games in hand. They played 22. Mainz played 24. Same number of points, but Mainz dominate on goal difference. So Arminia Bielefeld play against Union Berlin and Werder Bremen in the next 2 matches. Can they overtake them? I don't know. Positives from both sides, they haven't conceded. That's really the only positive I could take away from this. If I look at the accurate passing, even as I mentioned, it's Mustafi who has completed the most passes. So George Kjellek saying, when is your next live game? We'll get to that, George. Don't worry about that. I thought Thiaw did okay to deal with him. St. Just was also one that I thought should be mentioned in this game. Wasn't impressed with any other players. To be honest, I thought that the standard was poor. I like Serdar as a player, but he completely was ghosting in the second half, so that was a shame. William with throw-ins that were given away too easily. Maybe the goalkeepers, Renault and Zetner, they didn't concede. They both made each respectively good saves. Schalke needs to sign Greg Draper. Oh my, Jamie. Oh my. I'm going to check who Greg Draper is. Oh, Draper, you got his shirt. Sorry. I remember now. Anyway, I'd have to say if I was to give a man a match, it'd have to be Mustafi. So, most passes in the game out of any player. Dominant. He won 11 of his 14 aerial duels attempted, 4 of the 6 ground duels attempted. I thought, and he intercepted the ball well for quite a lot of different crosses that Mainz were putting in. His awareness in the game was great, and maybe revitalized his career a bit, despite him playing in the second league of Germany next season. So yeah, it wasn't a great game. Couldn't expect any more. But to come to your question, George, our next game live watch along is tomorrow, Freiburg versus Leipzig. We'll have Jamie Davis and Stu Davis. They're both not related, but they're both Davis. Doing Freiburg Leipzig. And then after that, we'll be watching along with Bayern Munich Dortmund in the big game in Germany. So make sure to join us then. It'll be a good one. But unfortunately for both teams, they couldn't get a win tonight. None of you could win your bets. I lost my bet too, thinking that Mainz would win. Mainz are in the relegation spot, the playoff spot. Schalke, rock bottom, but at least they're on 10 points. They've got into double figures. That's the positive we're taking. Mustafi, the defender, was rock solid. Let's hope that their defence can stay that solid for the upcoming games, which are against Wolfsburg, Mönchengladbach and Leverkusen, which is not an easy run to go on. Mainz, they've got Freiburg coming up. They've got Hoffenheim. They've got Arminia Bielefeld, which will be a massive match in that last relegation spot. Then they've got Cologne, Berlin, Werder Bremen. They've got a run of fixtures that should allow them to get out of the relegation zones or that playoff zone. So yeah, a draw isn't catastrophic for them tonight. It probably is for Schalke. Bosdogan going off injured, Klasnach going off injured, Raman going off injured. Wow, that adds a lot to their injury list. So to wrap things up, wasn't a great game. Not the worst I've seen, but it doesn't matter. Thank you all for joining in and also commenting. We always appreciate it. Are you doing it only Bundesliga? George, no, we're not only doing Bundesliga. We tomorrow night we're also doing Juventus, Lazio. Sunday we're doing Eredivisie in Holland, Ajax versus Groningen, and then we'll also be doing La Liga Sunday afternoon. So, and Monday night we've got Premier League coming up with Everton and Chelsea. So stick around if you want to join us for those ones. We'd love to have you along. And don't forget, as usual, to subscribe. We love that every single one of you. And don't miss out. We'll be covering all the games this weekend, as we usually do. It's been a pleasure, as always. Unfortunately, no goals, but thank you for joining us. Don't forget, and I'll repeat it just again in the next few minutes.